In this video, we will learn how to determine whether or not a graph represents an even, odd, or neither function in terms of symmetry. Now, even functions are symmetric about the y-axis. In other words, the y-axis should split the graph right down the middle. So this is a classic example of an even function. On the other hand, an odd function is symmetric about the origin. That means if you took the graph and rotate it upside down, right? So now it's upside down, but bam! Notice how it still looks exactly the same, except for the numbers, the digits themselves are upside down. Whenever that happens, it's going to be an odd function, all right? It has that rotational symmetry. One thing about that, just like when we talked about even functions, and it had to be the y-axis as the line of symmetry. For odd functions, the origin has to be right in the middle of the graph, right in the center of that rotation. So looking at problem number 1, at first glance this might look like an even function because it does have a vertical axis of symmetry. I can split it right down the middle if I were to draw a line right about here, all right? That's the axis of symmetry. But this is not the y-axis. So because the y-axis does not split this down the middle, this is not even. It's certainly not odd. It wouldn't look the same if I turned it upside down. So this is neither. Okay, looking at problem number 2. At first glance, we might think that this is odd. In a way, this would look the same if we were to turn this upside down. Okay, but not 100%. If you look at it in this way, the majority of the graph is to the right. But if I turn it back the way it was, now the majority of the graph is to the left. In other words, the center of the graph is right around here somewhere. That has to be the origin if it's going to be odd symmetry. So this is not odd, this is neither. Okay, on the other hand, number 3, this is odd because this point is the center of rotation and it is the origin. If I take this and rotate it around the origin, it looks the same as it did before. Okay, see how it keeps looking the same? And the center of the rotation is the origin. That makes it odd. Now number 4 is even. It's okay that the graph is split into multiple branches. Still, the y-axis splits the image right down the middle. Okay, this is the same on the left and right, and this is the mirror image of this. All right, the y-axis is the line of symmetry. And that's how you can tell at a glance whether a graph represents an even function, an odd function, or neither type of function.